I'm John, your YouTube English teacher. In this lesson, we're going to study 18 phrasal verbs for the economy. More phrasal verbs are in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more phrasal verb help. Number 1. Go under. Did you hear about that local cafe? No. What happened? They just couldn't keep up with the rent increases. It's sad to see them go under after being here for so long. The cafe had to go under due to high rent. To fail financially. Many small businesses go under during economic recessions. She watched her favorite bookstore go under because of online competition. The restaurant went under after losing its regular customers. Number 2, close down. Why is the community center closed? Budget cuts. They had to close it down. That's a shame. It was such a great place for the kids. Yeah, the neighborhood will really miss it. The community center closed down due to budget cuts. To permanently shut down operations. The old factory closed down, leaving many without jobs. Due to the pandemic, several shops on Main Street had to close down. They closed down the library because of a lack of funding. Number 3, lay off. Things are so tough right now in the labor market. Yeah, it's been a tough week for us too. How's your job? Everything okay? We're in uncertain times. I'm just hoping they don't lay me off. I hope I don't get laid off by the company. To dismiss employees from their jobs. The airline had to lay off many of its staff due to reduced flights. He was laid off during the tech company's restructuring. After the merger, the new management laid off a third of the workforce. Number 4, cut back. Have you noticed the changes in the park? You mean the lack of maintenance? Exactly. They haven't cut the grass, and the fountain stopped working. They cut back on funding. It's affecting everything. The city cut back on park maintenance. To reduce the amount or number of something. We've had to cut back on dining out to save money. The school cut back on extra activities due to funding issues. Families are cutting back on vacations during the economic downturn. Number 5, mark up. Groceries are getting expensive. It's inflation. It's out of control. It's getting harder and harder to afford basic items. The grocery store marked up basic goods by about 15%. Stores have marked up prices to increase the price of goods. The local shop marked up essentials during the shortage. Consumers noticed a markup in electronic goods this year. Gasoline prices were marked up due to increased oil prices. Number 6, fall off. There's a noticeable decline in car sales this quarter. Demand has really fallen off. It's probably due to the rise in gas prices. The inflation is getting way out of hand. Car sales have fallen off due to economic changes. To decrease in level, intensity, or amount. Tourist arrivals fell off during the winter months. The interest in the new technology fell off as it became outdated. His performance fell off after the injury. Number 7, bottom out. Remember when the housing market crashed? Those were tough times. Everyone was struggling. I hope it wasn't too hard for you. It was definitely toughest when it bottomed out, but everything has recovered since then. The housing market bottomed out during the crash. To reach the lowest point before improving. After bottoming out, the stock market began to slowly recover. His grades bottomed out last semester, but he's been improving. Car sales bottomed out during the lockdown, but are picking up now. Number 8, bail out. Did you hear what the government did for big banks? I can't believe how they decided to save the big banks and leave us behind. Too big to fail, I guess. The amount of money involved is crazy. It's in the trillions. They should have bailed out the people instead of the banks. We're struggling. The government had to bail out the banks to rescue someone from a difficult situation. Small businesses are hoping to be bailed out to survive the current crisis. The government had to bail out the banks to save the economy. He had to bail out his friend's failing restaurant with a loan. Number 9, ride out. How's your family handling the economic downturn? We're trying to stay positive. It's always best to stay positive. We are cutting back and writing it out. Hopefully it ends soon. We are trying to ride out the economic downturn. To endure a difficult period or situation. They're riding out the tough times by saving and budgeting. The company is riding out the recession by minimizing expenses. Farmers often have to ride out periods of drought or low growth. Number 10, get through. I've been struggling with my budget lately. These are hard times. I've had to make a lot of cuts. It's just crazy. Hang in there. We'll get through it. We'll get through these hard times. To successfully manage a difficult situation. Families are finding ways to get through the financial crisis. She got through the tough period with support from friends. They managed to get through the winter with limited resources. Number 11, jumpstart. Have you seen the new policy? Yeah, it's designed to stimulate growth. Hopefully, it leads to more job creation. That's the goal, to jumpstart the economy. The new policy aims to jumpstart economic recovery. To start something quickly. The government's investment is intended to jumpstart the construction sector. Lowering interest rates can jumpstart consumer spending. He tried to jumpstart his career with a new qualification. Number 12, turn around. The new CEO has made some big changes. Have you noticed how much things are improving? Yeah, the profits are up and morale is higher. It's impressive how quickly things can turn around with good leadership. The company's fortunes are turning around under new management. To reverse a negative situation and improve it. The investments helped turn around the failing school. After years of losses, the business finally turned around. After years of hard work, she turned her life around. Number 13, bounce back. I invested all of my savings in crypto and it dropped 90%. You haven't heard the news? No. What happened? That crash was crazy, but the entire market bounced back. It's up. The market is starting to bounce back after the recession. To recover from a decline. After the recession, the job market bounced back. The tourism sector bounced back once travel restrictions were lifted. Small businesses are bouncing back thanks to local support. Number 14, build back. The country really went through a difficult time last year. Even today, we can still feel the effects of it. Luckily, we're building everything back. We'll be prepared for anything next time. We're building back the community stronger than before. To rebuild or strengthen after damage. The city is building back its tourism industry post-pandemic. She's building back her health and fitness after the injury. Efforts to build back the mall are underway after the fire. Number 15, look up. I was worried about my job security. How are things now? Much better. The industry's looking up, thankfully. That's great to hear. Things are looking up. To improve or seem better. With new investments, the tech sector is looking up. Things are looking up for him since he changed careers. Despite a slow start, the restaurant's future is looking up. Number 16, ramp up. Our team is getting ready for the product launch. How's it going? All ready? They're ramping up production right now. Hopefully, there will be a ton of demand. They're ramping up production to meet the demand. To increase the amount or speed of something. The company ramped up marketing efforts for the holiday season. To meet the deadline, the team ramped up their pace. They ramped up their efforts to clean the polluted river. Number 17, level off. Looks like the housing market is finally stabilizing. Prices are already way better than they were a few months ago. That's good for buyers. Yeah, they've leveled off a lot. Hopefully, the prices go even lower. Housing prices are leveling off. To become stable after a period of change or growth. After rapid growth, the startup's revenues leveled off. Her performance leveled off after a year of improvement. The population growth in the city has finally leveled off. Number 18, pay off. I decided to invest in the stock market. I hope it was a good decision. Do you have a long-term strategy? I'm just going to hold it for a while and hopefully make a good profit. That decision could pay off eventually. I hope you get rich. The investment will eventually pay off. To result in success after work or investment. Her dedication to her studies is paying off with excellent grades. The risk the company took is finally paying off. All the time spent training is paying off for the athlete. Quiz time. Pause the video for each question. Find the correct verb to describe the situations. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, consider joining the channel and becoming an English fan or an English explorer. Remember, quiz questions are in the community section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.